Onchain Gaming is back after Defi Dungeon raises a whopping 130 million. Memeland updates their community and soon their art. And did Trump just let down the crypto community, or is something much larger in the works? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit that subscribe button and let's jump right into it. Starting off with a super early mega opportunity that obviously I want to farm referrals for. Link in the description down below. And that's going to be a game I mentioned multiple times here called Dungeons of Fortune. Full disclosure, I did invest in this. Now, unfortunately, at the time of filming this video, I cannot tell you still anything about the game. I have seen the game obviously behind the scenes since I put money into it, and I am impressed, especially with the progress that they made as I first heard about this project many months ago. So obviously I'm trying to maximize my pre-sale opportunities here. However, with any of these games, any of this stuff I talk about, I have zero control over what the team does. I did see some FUD around the next on-chain gaming project we're going to talk about in just a second, but whenever you go into this stuff, always make sure you are comfortable with the terms of the pre-sale, the risk of the pre-sale, because none of this stuff is guaranteed. And whenever you connect to any website, always use a burner wallet, okay? Do not use your vault. So with that out of the way, like I said, the pre-sale registration has started. You're still early. And if you want to maximize your chances at getting a guaranteed spot here, it's good to be early because you need to get a ton of referrals. So you need other people to have not signed up so you could show them your link. Now, it also matters whose link you use because they mention groups here. So if, for example, if I refer 3 of you and then the 3 of you refer 5 people, our group has 8 referrals total. And they mention that groups have a higher chance at being selected. So you want to make sure you use the link of somebody who has a lot of pull in the space. It doesn't have to be mine. You can go to anybody else. But I did speak with the team and they said if you don't use my link, you are forever banished to the Shadow Realm. So totally your call. Link in the description down below. Now, the on-chain gaming narrative continues to be very strong after we just saw Defi Dungeons with their gold vault raise a whopping $130 million. And they tell you Web3 gaming is dead, right? Now, a majority of this did come through in the final hours. It was crazy watching this number go up, literally from 30 to 130 million, but it is capped at 3 million. So they refunded $127 million. The team, unfortunately, does not get to keep all this money. I did ask them to send me a Porsche, but then they told me they have to refund. And if we look at the token, despite raising $130 million, the market cap, there was a pump and dump here, but the market cap is at $24 million. So I think there's a few reasons for this. One, there was a bug with the refunds, which was Meteora's fault. Like they even mentioned it here. And you'd think with the amount of money that Meteora has made, they'd be able to be on the ball with this kind of stuff. So even though there was $127 million of potential buy pressure, people weren't able to spend that money. And I don't know about you, if I sent 10 grand into a pre-sale and I don't have my refund and I'm not 100% certain I'm going to get my money back, I'm not about to go ape a token on the secondary market. Now, the second reason is I think a lot of people expected to cook with the pre-sale. However, it was 43x over allocated and it was pro rata. So you got a percentage of what you sent in and the rest was refunded. As you can see, I sent in $1,271 and I got back $1,243. So they took about $28 or whatever that is for the pre-sale, and the rest was refunded. And if I look at the value of my gold, ignore this one on top. This is a scam that I just received. If I look at my gold, it's currently worth $24. So it's even under what I put into this pre-sale. But I think a lot of people who sent in 1,000, 10,000, I heard of people putting in $2 million. They probably expected to cook on this, but instead they essentially just got their money refunded. Now, personally, I don't care. I did not expect to cook on this, especially as I was watching the pre-sale go. I didn't consider putting in money before the end, and it was already at 30, then 60, then 100 million. It was going very quickly. What I'm waiting for is the game, which I think is the third reason that the token is not doing the greatest right now. It's because the game isn't live, so there's nothing to do with the actual token. So when the game actually launches, if it's successful, I think this token can catch a bid. especially that the team has a previous success with their heist game. Now, there's also going to be an NFT mint coming up on Solana, of course. The supply is large, 11,000 NFTs, even though 20% of the supply is going to be held by the team. So we're going to have to wait and see how the NFTs perform, as well as how the game performs and what the demand is for the game. Now, I also just want to quickly say, I saw a lot of people struggling with the refunds, myself as well. It kept saying I had 0 USDC. Stable coins. However, what you had to do to get your refund, I had already claimed my gold. That's why you don't see claim here anymore. You have to click on view details, and then this purple button here that's blanked out, withdraw. You're going to be able to click that and claim your money. Now, another project I have my eye on is Space Rush. I struggle saying that word. I don't know why. This is a game, and the gaming narrative is really hot. They actually have some demos out for their game. It's a roguelite. We've seen a lot of roguelites, right? It's hard to know which one is actually going to succeed, but theirs looks really cool. I had a call a few weeks back with the team. They're building a ton of stuff. They're putting in a lot of work into this project, and it's going to be a free mint, low supply, a 300 supply. So I think it has good chances of cooking. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to get. They currently have a pre-mint raffle that just went live yesterday by the time you're watching this video. However, there's going to be raffles in your favorite NFT communities like mine, Guerrilla Labs. So keep an eye out on that. But overall, I'm really loving the whole gaming and on-chain gaming vibes that I'm seeing across the timeline. I also noticed a pump recently in these 77-bit NFTs. The game looks really cool. So this is something else that I might have to dive in and check out, but really impressive. This completely flew under my radar. They've 2x'd in the last week. So definitely something I'm going to have to check out. Next up, we have some NFT mint announcements or updates. The first one is going to be Final Bosu, who have finally told us the supply, the date, as well as the price for their collection. So this one is happening on Monday, March 24th. It's going to be a collection size of 8,888 NFTs, and the price is going to be $180 or the equivalent in ETH. So if you have whitelist or pre-sale, you are part of the pre-order round, and then there's going to be a public round shortly after that. Now, I'm getting asked a lot about this. I think the collection size is too big, especially for the price, which at current ETH prices is something like 0.09. I wish it was more in the 5,000 to 6,000 range, and then a price of like, I don't know, 0.069 for the NFT. I think the way they priced it is they want to raise a certain amount of money, which at these prices, I believe is $1.5 million, which, you know, that's the right way a company should be pricing stuff. What do we need as runway to fulfill what we're trying to do? But Web3 is illogical, and they don't care about your company. They care about their mint price and if it's flippable and all that. Now, the next mint that was actually delayed until the 23rd, so this one is actually going to be on a Sunday, is Mibera Maker. And here we have the price. It's going to be 33 bera, which at current prices, berachain or bera tokens are currently a little bit above $6. So that's going to be roughly $200. And if we check the most popular NFTs on berachain, right, ignoring all the ETH side of things, which was at a crazy price, but there was obviously massive airdrops for the bera token. The most expensive NFT right now is Bulla's, which is also by the Honey Jar team, who's behind this. They're behind Mibera Maker and OBB, and that floor price is actually under the mint price for Mibera Maker. So I gotta say, I have no idea how these are going to perform. I'm getting asked a lot, like, oh, is it going to be a cook? How do you think it's going to do? Both Final Bosu and Mibera Makers, they're definitely not guarantees that it's going to be a flip. I don't think either of these in these market conditions, especially that they're on Abstract and Berachain, so not like a main chain that everybody has all their money on. I do not feel it's a guarantee. I'm going to mint, but I have different reasons, right? I'm friends with all these founders. I have a relationship with them. I want to support them. So I have different reasons when I mint stuff than you. Maybe you're just minting to flip. I have no idea if it's going to be a flip. I wish I could tell you. A lot of people are asking me, but I don't know. It's a gamble, okay? At the end of the day, it's a gamble. You just got to mint if you believe in it. And if you don't, then I guess don't. If you have whitelist for this, there is a whitelist checker, which I will link in the description down below. You don't have to connect anything. You just post your wallet here, and it's going to tell you which phase you are part of, because there's technically 5 phases if you count an airdrop, because 45% of the supply is already sold. Now, the third NFT that I want to mention is Taproot Wizards. I actually got this mixed up. On the 19th, it was only the whitelist claim for the cats holders, and the mint itself is only on the 25th, so next Tuesday. If you do have whitelist for this, for the 0.2 Bitcoin whitelist, very expensive. You need to have that money in your wallet by Monday. If not, you're going to lose your whitelist spot. So make sure you have your money in the wallet if you don't want to lose it. And same thing, there's a whitelist checker on the website. You could check which of the 3 rounds, because there's also the golden capes or whatever it's called, golden traits, which get you a claim or a whitelist. So I'll link all these whitelist checkers in the description down below. And like I said in my previous videos, I don't agree with them trying to raise $35 million. I think it's horrible for the market, but I do think this is going to be flippable. So if I have a whitelist, which I don't think I do at the moment, I'm going to be minting and flipping this. Next up, we have some updates out of Memeland, which I feel it's been a minute since we spoke about this project. They held a private holders only AMA in their Discord with a ton of updates for their community. The main one that everybody is talking about is this art update for captains. You could see all the different traits. So I guess these ones are called like demons or something. Angels. I didn't know there was angels. There's like the Kraken. I find these look awesome. Like these look dope. I forget which one this is. And then the coolest, obviously the Kong. Hey, new PFP for me. Maybe I'll go buy one. And then I guess that's human. I find these look sick. Like I really like this, especially that they had that trailer or a teaser for a trailer they released at one point for the captain's art. This would make a great show. I think this would really catch on if they pushed that side of things. So I really like this as an IP play. Obviously, we haven't seen these as a PFP, so we don't know how it's going to turn out. But as for the art update, I really dig it. Now, we did get some other updates, which thank you, Tat Thang, for putting this together, because I wasn't in the Discord for the AMA. They mentioned they're going to be making some changes to Stakeland to make it more sustainable, stuff to meme pay, whatever. Here's the art community. They're going to be holding more events, but the other ones I care about, first of all, Pain, some stuff about it. I haven't looked at Pain in a very long time, and people who are still holding this are going through Pain. So they are putting the meme to work. And look, it's not just Pain, right? Every meme coin across the board is down bad. Meme season is currently dead. That's just how it is. So if this is down bad, do I think this token is dead forever? No, I think Memeland is going to be putting in work and trying to bring this back. Do I think it's going to go to $1 billion? No, but I don't think it's dead just because it's down incredibly bad from when it launched this is under the pre-sale price, if I'm not mistaken. But the most interesting one to me is going to be this meme strategy page, which they've never posted anything. However, we got some updates about it. They purchased a publicly traded company, and they say it's to be able to attract traditional investors who don't want to mess around with Web3, but they still want exposure to, I guess, Memeland and their meme coins, but meme coins in general. You know, something like a meme coin or meme strategy, it sounds a lot like MicroStrategy. So I'm guessing they're going to be purchasing different assets, and I just found this was really cool. Now, it didn't do anything for the floor outside of one person who came in and bought a ton. You can see here his price action on the chart, and it went right back down to where it was. But that wasn't the goal of this update. They were doing this to tell the community what's going on, because a major criticism of this project, like many projects, is the lack of comms. So I really like that they did this, and I find these are great updates for the Memeland community. So hopefully we see that art soon, and they push out some other stuff. Next up, I want to give a quick shout out for fellow YouTuber, but also a very good friend of mine, Ryan D Crypto. We have this Cipher trading bot, which is coming soon, but you can see there's a ticker here for a Cipher token. And Ryan did tweet that if you get a code for Cipher, there's going to be airdrops for this. So right now, it seems the only way to get access to this code is by following the bot. So make sure you follow it. I'll put the Twitter in the description down below, and then commenting in the comment section, and hopefully you get yourself a nice airdrop. So just a quick shout out. I haven't tried the tool yet. I did speak to Ryan, and I will be testing it out and letting you know my feedback, if it's good or if it sucks. But hopefully this token can cook, especially as meme coins start to make their comeback, which I believe is inevitable this cycle, that we're going to get an even crazier run on meme coins than we just saw, if that's possible. Next up, with all the drama around Redacted, of course, on Wednesday, I put out a video, and I want to say thank you to the jirasan community. I worry sometimes when I criticize projects, even though, you know, it's constructive feedback or whatever it's called, some people just get mad because I'm like fudding their bag, but they took it very well. They were very appreciative, and I was shown so much love, both on Twitter and in the Discord. So thank you very much to that community. But also Shan here, you know, posting about the video, just saying they hear the feedback and they're going to take the feedback, which they're already doing. I saw this post by Maverick talking about, how unfair it is that the public raise was only 1 month cliff and 2 months of vesting versus investors who have been waiting for like over a year. They have 3 months cliff and 18 months vesting. So saying, hey, it's probably a good idea to reduce the vesting. And Shan replying here saying, yeah, it's something we've considered and we're going to have some announcements in the near future. So really great to see that the team is willing to make changes to do right by investors and the community. Now, I don't just want to talk about the FUD. Congratulations to Redacted and the PG Group team as they closed $3 million, which was their target for the Mocha list raise for that public round. So awesome to see, especially with all the FUD that was happening. It's really great. They were still able to raise that money. And from what my little birds tell me, the Redacted token should be dropping on March 28th. Next up, we have a pudgy Penguins ETF in the works. It is not approved yet. It still has to go through the SEC. However, Luca posting here the Pengu ETF, the Canary Pengu ETF as they're calling it. It is both for Pengu and pudgy penguins. So from my understanding, it's going to be 85 or 90% Pengu, and then the remaining 10 or 15% is going to be for pudgy penguins NFTs. So the Genesis penguins, the Lil Pengus, and then the rods potentially. We don't have any details around that. Now, it did cause a little spike, as you can see the huge volume candle here on the Pengu chart, which went briefly over 10, even back to 11 ETH. They have gone back down almost to where they were. And that makes sense. Like, why would it stay up there? There's no buy pressure yet from this ETF because it hasn't even been approved, right? We also saw a pump in Lil Pudgies and they're almost back down to where they were. They are on a nice little uptrend here. But I got to say, I don't know why we need this ETF. Like, as a lot of people are saying on Twitter, there's not even enough demand for ETH. But at the end of the day, like, it's not hurting anybody. I do find it funny, and it'd be cool for Web2 people to be buying pudgy penguins on the stock market through an ETF. So overall, I support this. I find it's funny, and yeah, good job to the pudgy penguin team. But the last story of the day is around the digital asset summit held by Trump. A lot of people were expecting, I don't know where these rumors keep coming from. People were saying there's going to be no taxes on crypto, or like no capital gains tax on crypto. So prices were pumping, and all we got was a 3-minute video where Trump kind of just repeats the stuff he's already told us. Like, we've put an end to Operation Choke Point, which is great. That they're going to be focused right now on stablecoin legislation, which does scare me because I do feel it's CBDCs in another form. But anyways, we saw Bitcoin go from 86K. It was at 87. And as you can see, it just fell off here all the way down to 84K, as some people were disappointed, I guess, with the video. And all this is after the recent FOMC meeting where, while we didn't get a rate cut, they are slowing down the quantitative tightening. And I really feel the momentum shifting to our side here, and quantitative easing is going to come before the end of the year. But I know people don't like that. They don't want to wait. And look, me too. I want 250K Bitcoin to happen today, right? But I feel there's so much positive progress that is happening with this administration that people are just ignoring. We have multiple states that are pushing for strategic state-backed Bitcoin reserves, which there are more than one now. I know we had reports of one. There's multiple that are very far to making this happen. And we just had an interview where Senator Loomis, who's in charge of all this Bitcoin strategic reserve stuff, she was speaking at Bitcoin Investor Week in New York, and she says that a state-backed strategic reserve is the first step, that states are often the incubator before the federal government is going to be able to do it. So I think we're definitely going to see a state-backed strategic reserve before one for the entirety of America. And she also talks about the bill that was just reintroduced to use gold, because the certificates that America has for gold is worth something like $42, and gold is right now at $3,000. So they would just reprice them. They would print money. That would be horrible for Americans, right? Printing money, but great for Bitcoin holders. And the amount that they would print based on the amount of gold they had, which many assume is actually more than what we know, is something like $750 billion. I believe it's $765 billion. That is an insane amount to buy Bitcoin with. And their goal would be to purchase 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years. And no other administration would be able to stop them from doing this. So that would send Bitcoin to insane prices. And I think this stuff is just inevitable. So I know it's tough being patient. I know we all want it today, but it is eventually coming. And with that being said, that's the end of today's video. If you appreciate it, if you like all this research, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. Thank you for watching another Crypto Gorilla video. Peace. I messed that up. Peace.